Probably the most important tool you'll need for recording video, other than the camera you're going to use, is where you're going to mount it on. What's up guys, it's Nick, and I'm quite new to the whole camera gear recording equipment scene, so I'm not a pro by any means, so keep that in mind. With that being said, I'm falling deep into the whole camera rabbit hole, and I'm consistently on the lookout for new things to try, which is where we start this video today. If you're looking for an entry-level tripod, you have a couple options. I set the bar at about $50, so everything is budget friendly. In my case, I was looking into either a Gorillapod, a ball-headed tripod, or a fluid-headed tripod. They all have specific uses and features, but we'll be focusing on the Joby Gorillapod 3K and the Kingjoy VT890, which is what I currently have. These are both somewhat compact tripods, and I think they're great if you're just starting out content creation. Again, these are my opinions, so let's start a conversation down below in the comments if you think they're better options, or if you currently own one of these. Starting off with the Joby Gorillapod. And at this point, let's just call it the vlogger's tripod. We've all probably seen it around. Its aesthetic is just so different than traditional tripods. The flexible bowl-jointed legs, which allows you to grip onto most surfaces. The black charcoal finish and red accents make this tripod quite distinguishable. Joby has made several different versions of this Gorillapod, and it really just comes down to what camera you're going to use it on and how you're going to use it. The 1K, 3K, and 5K refer to the amount of recommended weight that each tripod can handle. The only difference between each of these and the others is both the ball-headed mount and the quick release plate, as well as the build quality on the 5K, which is aluminum rather than plastic. The one I own is the 3K, and I use this paired up with the Canon M50 Mark II, which is not a full-frame camera. I also use the Sigma 16 lens, which is quite heavy. However, I haven't had any issues with weight or it moving or falling down. If you are using a full frame camera and a heavier lens, I'd say just go with the 5K and save your expensive gear from a fall. That being said, this tripod is quite amazing, so thank you to my beautiful girlfriend for the present. It's very light without a camera on it, fits in pretty much anywhere you want to carry it, and this makes it essentially a great travel tripod. With it being so light, using it to vlog makes it a bit easier to get that wider shot when you're walking or moving. Now, I'm not much of a vlogger, but being able to have the camera farther away from my face while I'm able to hold it and bend it to whatever position I want makes the shot just that much easier. Being as versatile as it is, you can mount it virtually anywhere you want. Do you want a shot from up in a tree? Just twist the joints together and you have a makeshift clamp. Is the ground not leveled and unbalanced? Fix the legs to make everything as even as it needs to be. Any surface you want, it's probably doable. The aluminum ball head is sturdy and maneuverable whether you want a horizontal or vertical shot. And to top things off, the quick release is easy and foolproof to use, as well as having a very slim plate. It's just a very convenient little thing to have for both office use and outdoor cases. Sadly though, it is far from perfect. Mine is quite new, so I haven't had any issue with it, but some users have said that the joints get very loose to the point that it's not stable. I've even seen some joints completely fall off. The good thing though is you can just attach them back in. It's also not a very tall tripod, so if you do want to get that eye-level shot, you're going to have to place it on top of a surface or on a desk to get it. All in all, with all the features that it does have, I don't think I can solely commit to using this tripod, which is why I bought the one I'm using right now. This is the tripod I would recommend if you're starting a YouTube channel. It's the Kingjoy VT890, and it has a swivel head instead of a ball head. Debating between if you want a photography tripod or a video tripod is rather pointless. I'll be using this one for mainly video, which means that I can get the most use out of a video tripod. And this is where the swivel head comes into play, but a bit more on that later. This is just your standard looking tripod. It's made out of an aluminum alloy, making it quite compact and lightweight for travel. It weighs around 3 pounds or 1.5 kilos, and they even include this little nifty travel bag. One of the most useful features it has is the flip lock for its legs. This makes setting it up much easier and faster. It also comes with rubber non-slip feet and a multifunction weight hook, which just adds that bit of stability. It gets as tall as 6 feet, which means you won't need a desk or a surface to get that eye level shot. It also transforms into a monopod quite fast if you need or use that feature. The all-round black aesthetic and build quality really appeals to me, especially for such a budget piece of gear. What makes this tripod stand over a ball-headed tripod like the Joby for me is how easy you can move to get a shot. With the swivel head, not only do you get a more stable 360 pan from left to right, but also up and down. This makes getting those B-roll shots a bit easier, and it can also shoot in horizontal and vertical modes. There are a few cons when you're going for a standard tripod though. Since it's larger, you do have to take that into account when you're using it and how you're going to store that. It has a longer setup time, and even though it's quite fast, you still have to adequately set it up with either height adjustments or level adjustments. This shouldn't be much of an issue if you're in a studio environment or just using your desk, because you can take your time on your shot. However, if you're outdoors vlogging, time might be a constraint. The quick release is quite secure, but the plate is thick. Compared to the Joby plate, it's just huge. I know it can lead to better stability and you can use bigger cameras with it, but honestly, do we need that girth? It also covers the battery shroud, so using a dummy battery is a bit difficult for when I'm streaming. It needs to be tilted a little bit to the side to have enough leeway. These are little niche things, and I might be a little nitpicky, but they are things to take into consideration. I also really dislike the quick release. I don't know, that's just me. So which one should you use? As always, the question isn't really easy to answer, and it really depends on you and how you're going to use it. Both of these come in at around $45, and I would like to give a special mention to the SwitchPod. However, it's nearly double the price of these, and everyone's using it right now. Sometimes basic is better, and if I could only choose one for all-around use, I think I'd stick with the Kingjoy one. Again, I'm not a vlogger, and with the whole pandemic around and not being able to travel, I think I just couldn't get everything out of the Joby. I still use it for close-up shots or anywhere the standard tripod can't fit. I also use it as a webcam angle if I want to place it on a desk, or if there's a wonky surface and I want to level it out. Honestly, thinking it through, the Joby might be more useful if I was just moving around more and had limited space. Here in the studio though, which is my bedroom, I use both and that's all I need. Oh, and the day that I bought my tripod, I actually found this heavy duty big boy in a closet, so I might use it for future videos. Oh well. Hopefully this shines a light on entry-level tripods, and it can help you decide on what you want and what you're going to get. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, a like and a sub goes a long way. Hope I'll see you later, and bye.